Okay, so week 2 has been finished. This is going to do I'm going to do a review of the week of my workouts and diet meal plan that I did this past week. So this is kind of like maybe you could say like a digital journal, I guess, of this body transformation here. So week 2 has just been completed. And one thing I did differently from week 2 compared to week 1 is I went out and bought me some protein shake powder to start consuming more protein. And, I've said before, it's going to be a little difficult. At least it's going to be a gradual process of kind of changing my diet completely. I'm kind of doing the whole 80-20, diet in the sense of, trying to be 80% clean, 20%, I guess, dirty. And even when I'm dirty, I guess I'm still trying to be moderate. But still, compared to what my diet used to be before I started this 9-day difference. And one thing I can say is, I can't believe how naive I was, thinking about just not really paying attention to what I was really eating. And I was not really consuming very much protein in my day-to-day normal diet before I really started paying attention and what I was actually, eating. I was not eating a lot of protein. A lot of the foods that I used to eat was more, heavy on the, carbs, not even the good carbs, refined carbs. And I thought maybe if I just did the occasional, maybe some grilled chicken with green beans and corn here on the side of the occasional, I thought maybe it was the balance. I thought maybe, I'm not, I do some occasional exercise. I play some basketball here and there, but it makes sense why I have that skinny fat body. And because I just wasn't getting enough protein in my day-to-day diet. And a lot of this is just common sense, but I just never really paid attention to I'm not really eating that much protein until now. I've probably been focusing more on eating protein, now more than any time in my life. So it makes a lot of sense. I used to go to the gym all the time and I would lose some weight, lose some pounds, but wasn't really seeing any results. And then I would lose any kind of hope. I would get discouraged and I would just kind of quit. And then almost every year I would try a little. I would always get some kind of plan. I was always motivated, at least some part during the year, to do some kind of exercise. And it was always the same thing. I just lost interest because I just wasn't seeing results, or maybe it was just being distracted or sidetracked with other parts of life. But now that I know that, hey, the reason why I wasn't looking back, the reason why is because I wasn't focusing on consuming enough protein. My body was not building any muscle. And so now that I'm kind of excited a little bit, I guess you can say, because now I realize, well, I need to put more emphasis on protein. And, I can only imagine things should only improve. I'm not going for like a bodybuilder type. Maybe in the future, I might try to, really try to consume a lot of calories and protein to add a lot and bulk up. Right now, it's just trying to lose this whole skinny fat body. And, I got a belly. Maybe I don't look like got fat on me, but I do, trust me. I may not be obese, but I have some fat to lose, and I got hardly any muscle to go with that. And a lot of that is because of years and years of just not eating enough protein, just not, get enough macronutrients, just thinking I could just eat whatever I want, pizza, pasta type, I love pasta like pizza, spaghetti, lasagna. I was eating that a lot. Eat a lot of, fried chicken, fast food, Dr. Pepper, sodas, candies, a lot of, empty calorie type of stuff. And so I'm going to put a lot more emphasis on paying more attention to what I'm eating. And, this is just kind of a lesson in life in the sense of, having to pay attention to exercising this for 2 weeks now. I realized that, it takes some discipline. And I like that because that's just the way life is. It takes discipline for us to get to where we want to be. You know, it could be a lot of things, not always just about body transformation. We want to get better at something. It could be guitar or music or computer coding. You know, there's a lot of stuff that I want to improve on, and you got to put the work in. And I think exercising, working on your body, you know, one, it's a smart idea because health, as they say, health is wealth, and it doesn't matter how great life is if my health is in bad condition, and it doesn't matter what I'm doing. So it's important to take care of yourself, and it takes some discipline to take care of yourself. And I'm learning that discipline. I believe it's going to help craft my mind to pay attention, be consistent, and, you know, paying attention to what I'm eating, being consistent into exercising. And my mindset is hopefully that discipline mindset will transfer to other learning, building. And so I think this is a great way to kind of get our mind in shape by getting our body in shape. And so, but anyways, that's pretty much all I want to say. In week 2, I'm starting to buy protein supplements. So compared to week 1, I'm going to be continuing buying more protein to kind of, you know, make sure I'm not just living off protein shakes. Don't get me wrong, I'm still eating other, you know, nat whole foods. And hopefully one day I don't even have to rely on protein shakes, you know. But one thing is, for me, for a lot of people, it's like a chore for me to eat. It's hard for me to eat a lot, and I get full so easily. So that's one of the reasons why I kind of need some protein shakes. But I'll build myself up there. And plus, I don't even really have the budget sometimes to, you know, buy all these steaks and all this stuff. That'll be really nice, you know. So one day I'll hopefully have the budget to do that. But right now, just week 2. I've kind of had an epiphany this week of just realizing, looking back on all my years of trying to be into fitness and dieting, I realized I was just totally like naive. I was just ignorant. I was mentally lazy. I just did not want to, you know, just think I can take some shortcuts, and life shouldn't be that way. And it's not that even that rewarding if it is. So anyways, that's all I got. Week 2 review, the body transformation. Hope you guys watched this, or hope you liked this video. If you watched it, if you did, please go and like and subscribe for some future content, not just body transformation. I plan on doing other stuff as well. Right now, body transformation videos is one way to keep me consistent. So thank you for watching, and I'll see y'all next week. Later.